Welcome back to Kidzoba Care with me and Beena ji. Today we're going to talk about teaching skills, about tips to parent, and of course, who's better than Beena ji to give tips to parents? Let's get started then. So Beena ji, in your school, how do you introduce language to kids?
Yeah, initially we start with oral spoken language,
Okay.
and then we gradually move them on to phonics,
Okay.
where we play games like I Spy,
Okay.
where we introduce the sounds, the letters, the words are made up of.
All right.
Like we would play, I would say that, okay, I have a ring in my hand, and this is a ring, and I would say, I spy with my little eye something in my hand which begins with R. So the child has to guess that it's a
Correct.
ring. And we have a lot of objects collected
Okay.
in a box. So we bring out a few objects and ask each child, they take turns to
Okay.
understand that which sound it begins with, which sound it ends with.
Okay.
Then gradually in their mind they are spelling the words
Okay.
with the sounds.
All right.
So we use only phonics. So it's like A for apple, but A is A. We would we would not say A.
Okay.
We would say A.
So the kid has to guess it's apple. This
Apple,
stands
yeah,
for A
the
and
first,
A for apple.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there is an apple, and if I say that I spy with my little eye something that begins with A, then child has to guess it's the apple.
Okay, that's brilliant. So that's how they learn ABCD.
ABCD, yes.
Oh, something different, I guess.
And
And
but lot of schools today are following the
are
phonics.
following this?
Yes.
Okay. So it wasn't there in my time.
Yeah, I know not. I
Okay,
also
so
didn't
like,
know that.
what are the books that you prefer for these kids, or you suggest parents that they should actually pick up these books for kids?
For books for small children, I mean till 4.5 years or so, they should be exposed only to real life stories.
Okay.
Like something like visit to a market, visit to a railway station, or at the circus, or things like that, which is really happening, which they can experience, they can see,
And relate to.
relate to, absolutely.
So according to you, when does Cinderella comes in the picture?
Cinderella doesn't come in the picture at all.
Okay. So they have to like really grow
Yes,
to
they,
get to that level.
at least
so that they can start
after six,
understanding.
7 years, because a lot of fairy tales have a very sad beginning.
Correct.
And they can relate to the character of the whatever, either character they start relating to, and then they feel really sad. Like
Okay.
one of the students has recently, she saw this movie Rapunzel,
Yeah.
and she was so scared afterwards. She started believing, because in this, of course, the story I heard was very different from the movie. In this movie, the child did not know that this was not her real mother. And so it was a stepmother, turned out to be a stepmother.
Okay.
So she started questioning constantly, is my mother the real mother?
Oh my God, it affected her so much.
Yes. So ideally, till 6 years of age, I would not recommend any fairy tales at all.
At all.
And any sad stories, or where the animals are dying, or shooting, or hunting, or all the, I mean, we should keep them away as much as possible from any kind of violence.
Correct. So it is a very important thing that parents should keep in mind.
Yes.
Because generally you get carried away, and in the night time the bedtime stories come, and it's always a fairy story.
Absolutely.
So I think this is a very good suggestion. Apart from this suggestion, which is very important, there are some more tips that you would like to give our parents, because I think you're the right person to advise them, and a lot of people out there need tips.
See, the children till 6 years of age have what is called an absorbent mind, or in the regular terms we can say the unconscious mind or the subconscious mind.
Okay.
They have not a well developed conscious mind.
Okay.
So whatever is told to them is engraved in their subconscious mind.
Okay.
So if a child is called stupid, or a donkey, or just in fun, there is a file created in their subconscious mind which would say that you are stupid.
Oh,
And for the rest of their lives, they will be trying hard to erase it,
but they cannot.
but they cannot. So they will
Oh my
keep
God.
trying to do things to prove to themselves that they are not stupid,
Correct.
but it's very, very hard.
Oh, so it is so important that whatever we speak also in front of kids, or the way we talk to kids, is very important, and we have to make sure that we need to control our tongue first.
Yes, and not just control our behavior also. I mean, we have to
Correct.
be at our best behavior.
Absolutely.
It's not about behave as, I mean, say as I, do as I say.
Correct.
It should be do as I do.
Correct.
That's what the children understand.
That's very true.
Their absorption is all round. I mean, completely, they absorb a lot more than we can imagine. It's not just about talking, what we are speaking. They are making note of our tone of voice, how our expressions are,
Yeah,
how
at
we are
times
behaving.
Kids imitate
Absolutely.
elders as well.
They imitate completely.
Okay. I'm sure that's a very, very good advice to all the parents out there. And of course, whenever I'll be a parent, I'll make sure that, you know, I'm well behaved, because it really affects.
Yes, that's true.
All right. That's amazing. Thanks for all the information.
Thank you. It was lovely being here.
Pleasure. It was a pleasure having Beena ji over here. I had really a very, very interesting conversation with her, and I'm sure we all learned a lot about kids and of course how we should behave with kids. Do as I do, as she rightly quoted. So make sure all you parents out there behave really well, speak very well in front of your kids, because they will totally imitate you. Thanks to Beena ji for being here and giving us such lovely information. From my side, take care. And she wants to say something.
Yeah. My best wishes to Kidzoba from Harmony Montessori. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.